At 6:30, the sports team will take over and bring you the special commentary on that tonight's UEFA Champions League match. A cracker between Bayern Munich and Barcelona. You want to stay with us for that. Well, in our COVID-19 Impact series today, we focus on a 40-year-old woman who's struggling to fend for her 2 children after the pandemic caused her to lose a source of livelihood. That's later on the program. But now, though, fishermen across the central region have started a 1-week protest against the activities of cycle, or the transshipment of fish at sea in Ghana. The fishermen say they are fortified by the revelations in the Joy News Hotline documentary Cycle, when the last fish is caught, and want government to ban the activities of cycle to save the fishing industry. The fishermen say although they are in their bumper season, they often return with empty nets, a situation that's killing the fishing industry. Richard Kodonyako has more.
The flags that are hoisted on the canoes that are either flags of football teams or countries have turned red. The men, the women, and even the children are in red because what they depend on is under serious threat. It's a protest against cycle, the illegal transshipment of fish at sea. Ken Arthur is the regional secretary of the Canoe Owners Association.
If someone is in red, it means there's a danger. But this one is a danger against our livelihood. As fishermen, we are supposed to be in the bumper season of the year, that is starting from July to September. But as you can see, the whole place is dry. From Volta region to Western region, the whole place, all the landy beaches are dry. Some few months ago, it came to the limelight nationwide on Joy that psycho business is indeed killing the fishing industry, the artisan fishing industry in Ghana. Based on that documentary, there became an eye-opener that Ghanaians, we need to rise up. The fishermen, we need to rise up.
Some of the fishermen and fishmongers say such acts break their hearts. They have been sharing their frustrations with Joy News. Yes, Rabbi. Yes, friend. We are appealing to the we are unable to take care of our children. Our children at the senior high schools can be catered for. They are unable to buy books. We are unable to make ends meet. What we will eat is even a problem. Our husbands are leaving us as a result of this. My husband has even left me. Had it not been for the free senior high school, we would have been in very serious situation because we could not have paid their school fees. We are appealing to government to take a tougher stance at the Chinese vessels. If our husbands are unable to bring anything home, how will we keep the home?
And that is a report filed there by Richard Kodonyako. Now, 6 Ghanaians are seeking to be offered the opportunity to lead Ghana. They took part in a heated exchange of ideas and, of course, attacks on the governing MPP and the opposition NDC. Here are excerpts from the Money Africa Joy News independent presidential hopefuls debate that, of course, happened last night.
The candidates were first asked to introduce themselves and explain why they want to lead Ghana.
My name is Kofi Karansing, and if we took an approach of a science-based, data-driven, human-centered consciousness to leadership, we will solve all our problems.
My name is Samuel Voriampofo. I have the revolutionary capacity to transform the hopelessness in this country.
My name is Carl Ebo-Morgan, and we need to change these establishment parties that have caused all our woes.
My name is Mari Kofi Gan. Every Ghanaian watching this today has one of the biggest decisions to make, is to choose someone other than the NDC and the NPP
My name is Onipayede Osumte. We always go to school to learn how we can be able to speak the grammar, and after we successfully learning how we can be able to speak it well, we go back to the Englishman, plead with him to come and help us fix our economy.
The issue of family and friends running government at the expense of qualified persons has been of concern to some Ghanaians. The candidates had answers.
Set up committees. It could be committees that involve people from all walks of life.
And we need to have a stringent process where people have success models that we go by when people come in.
They pledged to run a small-sized government and deal with corruption.
Most of the ministries that were created in this government was actually frivolous. They were jobs for the boys.
We have 10 ministries.
Ministry of Railways, Transport needs to come under one umbrella.
If you push me to the wall, I'll say death and birth registry. For me, it's the most corrupt infested institution in the country. I'm going to dissolve the institution, put new staff.
You have a rebuttal quickly.
No, I just wondered if I could get a pen for this.
Of course.
Yeah, we don't have pen. I don't have pen either. So
some of the questions proved a bit confusing.
What, in your view, are the three critical cultural or soft issues that drove their growth?
It's your question again. I think
very well. But what, in your view, are the three critical cultural or soft issues that drove their growth but are absent in our country?
I think I didn't get your question well.
You don't understand? Yeah. Okay, so I'm talking about the Ghana Beyond Aid.
Yes.
I'm sure you know about Ghana Beyond Aid.
I think now I understand it a little. What I think is the problem now is we as Ghanaians, our parliament, I think it's not a culture, it's the parliament.
In the end, it was a worthy debate, introducing Ghanaians to fresh ideas and alternate candidates they may not ordinarily consider.
I think Ghana deserves Ghana government, and it's only independent candidates that can form such government for Ghanaians. Thank you.
You don't have another 27 years to get a job. To the businesses out there, I want to say you don't have another 27 years to endure any vindictiveness.
This is our moment. Let us scrap the ridiculousness of the NDC and MPP. We have seen what they have done. They are killing us, literally. We cannot allow them to take over the affairs of the state.
Thank you all for making time to join us. Thank you very much, Imani Africa, and of course, in partnership with the multimedia group Joy News, Joy FM.
And everybody you speak to had their favorite moments from last night, and the polling that was done post the debate told its own story. But this particular round of questions on the free SHS brought some fireworks.
When you steam it, it's healthier. Science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Why? It's because we need to have a functional education so that our youth will be balanced in what they know. You see, the whole middle sector right now is empty. I don't know if you realize that. So we don't have trade. Trade is on the down. We don't have vocational skills for these youth. So when they come out, and that's why we have this bottleneck of 800,000 unemployed graduates, they don't have anything to do because they don't have the skilled labor. We need to develop practicum. Train the students so that they can have something to do, entrepreneurial skills when they come out, so we can fill the gap. Don't pump all the money into free SHS because you bottleneck the system with no value. Now, there's nothing wrong with free SHS, but it's not being planned out properly.
Carla, I want to be frank and say what I really think is our problem in this country. It's because we had free. As we speak, Muhammad is saying next time he's going to give us free medical care. A time will come, Akufo-Addo or MPP aspirant will come and tell us he's going to give us free wives, free husbands, and so on. Enough of the free thing. We need to be realistic. Education, SHS is good, but implementation, it was more political than a social policy.
And that, of course, is Carlebo Morgan, one of the aspirants there, of course, in last night's debate. The second debate is scheduled for later, and that is going to be the minority political parties. Watch this space. Well, government has expressed satisfaction at work done so far in the famous declaration of Year of Roads, which it says has been backed by real work on the ground. That's according to the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who has today cut sword for a 26-kilometer, 100 million Accra-Tema stretch. What more do we know about this?
So this road stretch from the Independence Square right through to Tema to link up these two business central districts.
This road between Osu and Tema, this La Beach road that we are talking about, for so many years, government after government, we have been promised this road, isn't it? We have been promised this road. There have even been contractors that have come and have had to leave and not return. But Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo said he will do this road.
And he's also been giving an update on the Year of Roads.
Yes, Evans, and he's also been talking about the number of interchanges springing up across the country. According to the Vice President, it is unprecedented, the number of interchanges the Nana-Addo-led administration is currently pursuing across the country.
Kilometers in Kumasi and many other places currently. So the Year of Roads is really doing well. A total of 595 kilometers of roads have been asphalted since 2017. 595 kilometers of roads have been asphalted since 2017. And this is visible in most urban areas in Accra, Kumasi, Sekendita, Kradi, Tema, Cape Coast, and so on. In addition to this, 4 of the Sino-Hydro Phase 1 projects are ongoing. The Tamale Interchange, the Cape Coast and Prestia Inner City Roads, selected feeder roads in Ashanti and Western North regions, and the section of the Eastern Corridor between Dodo Pepesu and Nkwanta.
And that is Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I want to now tell you the story of a 40-year-old woman who's struggling to fend for herself and 2 children in our COVID-19 Impact series today. And she's having to struggle after the pandemic caused her to lose her source of livelihood. Joining us, Annabella Ohenijan was with the 40-year-old widow to find out about the extreme techniques employed by her 2 sons, who are usually left with no option but to learn on an empty stomach. Her report is read to you.
Nightfall is the best time for Theophilus Akoto to study. He's a final year student, readying himself for this year's BEC. But Theo has many hurdles to leap. Tonight, like many other nights, Theophilus and his brother will be going to bed with no food. As he flips through his books, his legs are swallowed deep in the bucket of water. I asked him why.
In school, my teacher once told me that when he was young, he normally do this to learn. If you're hungry, I say sometimes you're hungry, it forces you to sleep. So if I'm hungry, then I don't want to sleep. I just take the bowl of water and place my leg inside and take some water beside me and start drinking.
He lives in an uncompleted building at Agape Town in Ablekuma. Before COVID-19, he was fetching water for building construction sites. When the pandemic hit, many of the sites stopped working. She was left hanging.
My mother is dead. My father is dead. My husband too is dead. Taking care of the children is tough.
Peninsula program. It's a hernia program.
My son has hernia. I think about it every day. Sometimes I am tempted to poison myself and poison the kids too.
And Annabella Ohenijan's report there read to you. And that's it for News Night tonight. And the sports team, the boys, the lads, call them what you may, are taking over now with the Europa Champions League commentary. And the game is between Bayern Munich and Barcelona. This is big. This is fit for the gods. And I'm just joined by Gary Al Smith. Gary, what's your favorite moment from yesterday's debate, by the way?
That would be Kofi Kwarteng.
Oh, okay.
When he was talking about the taxes and how he will revolutionize our tax collection system. I was nodding the entire time.
I agree with him. Yeah, he's making sense.
Yeah,
we're hitting the right note.
I really liked Mr.
Marigan. Marigan
as well. Yeah. Mr. Calebo, I like the way he took his words one by one.
Delivered it.
No stress, no pressure. Bako.
My favorite is where the man said that very soon we'll have free wives, free girlfriends. People like George won't struggle anymore.
Oh, hallelujah. But and about the lady, the widow as well.
Yeah.
I saw that the number has gone out. I got a couple of people inboxing me about it.
Great.
And the number has been out for donations.
For help. Okay.
Yes, and so you can go to our Instagram page. That's Joy News. You'll find the details there to donate to her, and you can help her. It's a really, really sad story.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to rumble with the Champions League.
So the Vice President spoke about